It seems to be an ongoing thing that when I come in from working outdoors and I take a little break, I've decided to tell you a story. So today you're going to hear one. It's entitled Stolen Artifacts. And I took this from an article in a magazine that I bought at a library sale years ago. It was a history magazine, and it was about Native American artifacts. It has been known and speculated that for thousands of years, this land in what is now northeast Alabama, northwest Georgia, along with the lower portion of East Tennessee, were occupied by the Creek and Cherokee. But before that, it was home to other tribes, some nomadic and some who remained, who built mounds and lived comfortably in villages along these creeks and rivers, lending to the names of locations around the area, and from the days of early explorers, artifacts and evidence of their villages and these people have been found. It is also a fact that many of these sites were not well protected and fell into the hands of road builders and dam builders who desecrated these sites, pilfering the artifacts left behind by these people with little regard for the sanctity of burials or for the history that they were thus erasing. It was when the U.S. Corps of Engineers, along with the Tennessee Valley Authority and other entities around the southeast, built several dams that the Cartersville Dam was constructed in North Georgia, burying many of these important sites under 45 foot of water. But during this time, an employee for the county where the dam was being built and some of his friends saw an opportunity to cash in on the exposed artifacts that were there for the taking could be found around the lake. And posing as nighttime fishermen, they stole artifacts, skulls, weapons, and tools from the remote location, which were then sold on the black market. When several human skulls and other objects turned up at a weekend flea market, an archaeologist from a nearby university brought this to the attention of the authorities. But the robbers were hard to catch, and the desecration continued for quite some time. It was only when the employee and his family suddenly came down with a series of mysterious illnesses and experienced supernatural events in their home that the man turned himself in to the authorities and returned what artifacts he still had to them. Then his family recovered and the hauntings ended. The man went on to help expose the black market ring responsible for buying and selling those artifacts. So I thought that was interesting, something to think about. History needs to be preserved.